Welcome to Movies. May I take your order?
Yeah, see. Give me one utterly delicious milkshake, skinny calf, and order of onion rings. Thanks.
One ring to rule them all.
One ring to find them.
Oh, Jesus. One ring to bring them all.
And in the darkness bind them. Yes!
Welcome to Speak Geek, your weekly video game podcast. This is Pedro.
I'm George.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Jose.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
right, guys, let's speak some geek.
We got Naster back as the Jose from he was the background voice for people who listen to last week's episode.
Background voice.
He was the one that everyone kind of heard in the background.
Hey guys,
I have an opinion too.
And thank you guys for letting me come back.
It'll be fun. We have a long episode today. Holy crap!
Good to know.
Yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about. I guess I'll start us off with the kind of quick stuff, unless you guys want to talk about some other stuff.
Quick stuff first.
Yeah. All right, we don't want to talk about our feelings first here.
I feel sad that Nasser's here.
It's gonna be fun. I hope.
I'm excited that Burnley will be back next week.
Yeah, Burnley was supposed to be here, but he had karate tonight.
Push off.
Right?
That's the worst
What is he on his?
excuse I've ever
What is he getting his green belt? All right. So let's start this off since we got a long episode. Something quick. Gears of War Judgment's gonna come with Gears 1 for anyone who really cares about that news.
So kind of like BioShock 3 is going to come out with BioShock 1.
BioShock Infinite comes with BioShock 1. Gears of War Judgment will come with the downloadable code for the first Gears for all those fans out there, which I kind of find weird because is anyone even really playing Gears 1 anymore? And hasn't everyone pretty much played that game?
No, nobody's playing Gears. I mean, I'm not going to say nobody. I'm sure there's like maybe
The MLG champions.
100 people playing Gears. But obviously when these games come out,
everyone's going to play the new one.
Like, everybody goes to second and the third.
Yeah, so that's what I'm assuming. Like, everyone's going to be playing the Judgment. I don't see why people go back to the first one's multiplayer. That just seems weird to me.
I don't think it's more for the multiplayer. I think it'd be just like, oh, hey guys, you're jumping to the bandwagon of Gears of War.
Yeah.
Here's where it all started.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool if it's free.
Yeah, it's a cool little thing. It's just like I said. It's just they're
giving free. If it's free,
it doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
fuck it.
All right. Next thing we got is Resident Evil Revelations for the consoles has officially been confirmed. Yeah, that's the 3DS one that came out, and it got really good reviews and sold terribly because no one wanted to buy it on the 3DS.
Because nobody wanted a 3DS.
Yeah, no one wanted it at the time, but now after all the leaked reports that it was real, they had the achievement leaks online. Now Capcom has officially come out and said yes.
So is it gonna be like a port or redone?
It's a port, an HD port of the 3DS one, which they haven't really been clear on what that means. Which I assume they gotta have redone all those graphics because, I mean, the 3DS has a different engine, just different everything. For bringing to consoles, it's gotta be. I don't know. Maybe it's probably gonna look like RE4. I really don't know. They haven't shown anything on it. They just said, yeah, it's real and it's coming in like I think a few months. I think 3.
Well, I hope it looks better than the arcade version of Resident Evil 4 because it didn't.
The arcade version.
Oh, you're talking about the HD?
When the HD one, it didn't look that great.
If you go back, because I went back, I said the same thing. That's the thing. I said the same thing. So Resident Evil HD came out. It came out on PSN. Came out on Xbox Live. So I was like, I don't remember Resident Evil 4 looking that terrible on my GameCube. That shit looked the bomb. And then I put that disc in. I put the Wii one. So the Wii one was like just the better version of all the. So I put the Wii one. It looked bad. I was like, oh crap. Okay, maybe it's been a long time because this looks really bad.
Yeah, the HD version actually didn't look too bad. I mean, for what they did with it, bring it to HD.
I don't know. I thought it was.
If you go back to it, trust me, you'll be like, never mind.
I want to say it's probably maybe because you played on your freaking 55-inch television. Playing an old Wii game on a TV like that, when none of those consoles are in HD, makes them look like shit. And then you go to today, I mean, even the game didn't look that good, and them upping
It
it to
looks
1080.
okay as long as you get kind of far from your TV. If you're right in the face of your TV, then yeah, it looks
It's
terrible.
like every pixel
Like Monster
is
Hunter,
like,
what is
Yeah.
it? We Try? Was it called
Try,
Try?
yeah.
Yeah, like if you sit like right on the floor, like in front of your TV, it looks like shit. It looks
Yeah,
like an
it-
N64 game.
You
But
have to
if-
step back.
Yeah, but if you're like 5 feet away from it, it looks nice. It looks decent, you
Yeah.
know?
Speaking of the Monster Hunter, did you hear that other rumor that's coming to the Vita now in Japan?
Really.
Yeah,
That
they
makes sense.
they delay. It was supposed to come out here real soon, but they delayed it recently, and reports are coming out that they're delaying it so they can port it to the Vita. Now, Capcom wouldn't say why it was delayed. They have no. They're just like, no, we're not going to comment on it. Pretty much. So it's everyone believes it's pretty much confirmed that it's coming to the Vita, at least in Japan.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
The 3DS one. The 3DS one is, I think the only one scheduled for America. But so just a little tidbit. Final little short quick news I got was that Dead Space 3 will have microtransaction. Pretty much, so you can pay to beat the game quickly. Is what it.
wow.
Yeah, it's
For
What a world
whoever,
we live in.
yeah, right.
they said that because you need crafting materials to forge the best guns. So they said if you'd like, you can pay money to get all the best crafting materials, so you can craft the best guns right off the bat.
So like Facebook games, but for
Consoles, yeah.
consoles.
Yes. So,
Oh.
the producer said today, she's
Oh
like, yeah,
my
she's like, if you
goodness.
like, she's like, you can pay real money. She's like, all this stuff you can get in games, so you don't need to pay. She's like, but if you want to pay, like, if you don't feel like farming or finding the materials to craft these, you can just pay
If
money.
you don't feel like playing the game,
I think
here we have a system set up where you don't have to play the game.
Pretty much. And the funny thing is there'll be people that do it. There'll be some
Oh,
person
there
out there
will
that's
be.
like, fuck it, I'm just gonna here's
Man,
$5.
eventually it's just gonna
why
be
just
like
even buy?
yeah,
Why buy
yeah.
the game?
Yeah,
why buy the
exactly.
game?
Well, I
it
might-
works for like MMOs, but like for a game like for
Death-
Dead
yeah.
Space, what the hell?
I know it's a really weird thing. Like I said, but it was
mean,
just
Might as well
confirmed.
not buy it. It's like I want to just beat it and just pay extra money and just like beat it real quickly. And then
Yeah.
what? So you could go turn it in at GameStop for
Get your 20 bucks
back.
Yeah, $10,
$10
get
bucks.
$10 back.
Well,
This is stupid.
it is, but then at the same time, it is kind of. I'm not gonna say it's cool, but it's kind of useful. Like, no, I'm not saying I personally would go out and do it, but if you put it on, if you're struggling through the game, it's like, all right, I'm gonna put in $10. Give me good games so I could just run through this. I don't have to because I played 2 on expert. I haven't beat it. I love that game, but it's a pain in the ass. It's hard.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the whole
which-
point of
which is
expert.
fun.
Yeah, that's
Which
the
is-
point of expert.
It's
exactly.
fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun. But then it's like running out of ammo is really frustrating. So, I mean, I could see why it would be included.
It's not a cake. It's not supposed to be a cake in the park.
Yeah.
That's why
So
you
at
run
this-
out of
but then-
ammo. You
but
can
then-
serve that shit.
At this point, you're paying so that you can gloat that you have an achievement.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna get to.
But I
Probably.
know, but anybody was like, "Oh, I got all the achievement in Dead Space 3." What does that mean?
True.
That's,
okay.
that's what I'd be all like.
True.
Well, what
It
does
doesn't
that
mean
mean?
anything, but at least it means
There-
you use
yeah.
your own skill to
Yeah.
attain them. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fair enough. I
that-
mean, achievements in reality don't mean anything. They haven't meant anything
Well,
in a
hey,
long
in a
achievement,
long time, I
achievements
guess.
and trophies are everything.
Yeah.
So that was our quick little news. Now we got the two big things. You guys want to talk about THQ today, or do you guys want to talk about the whole Nintendo announcements
Well,
first?
Let's go over THQ first.
So THQ they officially had their auction for selling off their properties and studios.
Yeah.
Not everything got sold. So the first one, the big one was Volition, which is the creators of Saints Row. They got auctioned to Deep Silver, the one of the newer publishers, who they did Dead Island. Is that them? Yeah, Dead Island.
Oh,
I was
that's
thinking Dead
sad.
Island. Yeah, they did Dead Island, and they purchased them for
That's
$22 million.
sad.
Nice.
Yeah, they paid a hefty fee for that one.
I think if the people that made Saints Row could do some, because Dead Island was a good idea.
It's a
It
real
didn't come
poor
out right.
execution.
It didn't come. But if
Well,
they could come up with the ideas from Dead Island and put the gameplay from Saints Row,
oh, that won't happen. It's two different studios. I mean, maybe they'll collaborate now that they own them.
well,
But
it's like put more effort into it where it just looks
It's-
better, or not.
But
looks
basically,
better,
what you
plays
just
better.
described is Dead Rising.
yeah. Well, see, the thing about Dead Island was it was something that they tried. Like I said, Deep Silver's a brand new publisher. No one has heard of them. They're Swedish, I think, over here in
Yeah,
America.
with Deep Silver.
Yeah, they're actually
we
not
like
known
to
as
play
Deep
our
Silver.
game.
In Sweden, I think they're known as Coup or something like that, or there's some weird name. But yes, so they did that. They bought that. The next one was Ubisoft purchased the South Park game.
Yeah, that was a good. That was good.
That was
move on
they
their part.
came up on that one. They purchased that, and then they purchased THQ's other unannounced game, which was being worked on in THQ Montreal. So Ubisoft picked up that as well.
Interesting.
Now,
I
were
wonder
these
what it is.
auctioned off?
Yeah, like
okay.
like, this is why these were like even Turtle Beach is not Turtle Beach, Turtle Rock, the guys who created Left 4 Dead, or when before they created a studio,
Right.
they helped create the mod and all that.
Okay.
They formed Turtle Rock Studios, and they were in a deal too. Their project's called Evolve, and Take-Two purchased them, their studio, and the rights to their game, as well as it's coming out now that Take-Two picked up WWE series.
Yes.
So that'll be
Nice.
so you'll see probably WWE.
We were talking about this
2K
earlier. Yeah, we were talking
15.
about this earlier. It's like, I think it's a challenge because what 2K works on. I mean, 2K Sports works on is like NBA, MLB, and stuff like that. These are more like simulator sports than actual like arcadey sports like WWE. So it'd be something. I think that at this point, it's something good for WWE to get a different, I guess, a different direction for their games, because these wrestling games aren't doing it. They're just not cutting it anymore.
The thing is, I don't think it's 2K Novato, who does the 2K Sports branch, like the basketball. I don't think they would do it, because I think they picked up the studio. They never said like the guys who were doing.
It said 2K Sports.
Were they giving it to 2K
It said
Sports?
2K
Alright.
Sports.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not sure. That just doesn't seem like something they would do, because.
You're right.
That's just.
You're right.
Because they'd actually make a game at that point instead of just copy and paste.
We'll see.
Sorry to bash on the 2K.
I know,
Like the MLB and NBA. This game is copy and
it's the
paste,
same.
guys.
But like, it's like what I'm kind of confused on is like how we talked about wrestling last week, how every new wrestling game except for like All Stars, which was actually really fun.
Well, All Stars is fun.
Yeah, it's a good game.
All that before, it was like extremely like it was as simulated as you can get. So I'm not excited, but I'm curious to see what's like the next installment will be.
reviews.
You know, I would. You know what would be interesting is would it take Take-Two gave that to Rockstar? Like they're like, because Rockstar's like 20
Yeah,
studios
yeah,
across the
yeah.
world. Like it doesn't have to be Rockstar New York, the creators of Grand Theft Auto. But I bet you anything they probably would give it to a Rockstar company, like and be like, hey guys,
Yeah.
WWE's coming, and it's from Rockstar.
In their hands, I could imagine how crazy that would be. Campaign mode would be pretty awesome. Like you could be your own wrestler.
I mean, I don't know. I'm
You
just.
could
I mean,
have-
there's like so many
Don't
Rockstars.
say things like that and then just get my hopes
Well,
up.
I'm saying
I'm
I'm saying
imagining
that'd be
this
pretty cool.
amazing game in my head.
That'd be pretty cool to see what they do. But then again, the thing is you don't know which Rockstar would take it, because they have Rockstar San Diego, Rockstar Vancouver, Rockstar Leeds, Rockstar
Yeah,
New York.
they have a lot.
They have so many
Yeah.
like
They have a
those
lot.
are like those aren't even Rockstar studios. They just were purchased by Take-Two and then relabeled, similar like how EA's
Right.
relabeling all their studios BioWare, so that way they can have BioWare on the box art.
What I hope is that Platinum picks
Oh,
up,
that most recent
picks
rumor,
up
Darksiders.
Darksiders
That's
franchise.
that's actually the sad news of the day was Vigil Games officially closed down. No one picked them up in the bid in the auction.
Wait, I would have thrown it into like a
That's
dollar.
that's
Right?
yeah, right. That's what I found so weird is no one bought that the Darksiders franchise.
Wait,
Shit,
are
it's
they?
a great game?
Were they like bankrupt? Is that why no
Yeah,
one
well,
bought it?
THQ owned them, so THQ's filed for bankruptcy. And the thing was they were auctioning off all their assets to try and make all the money back because they have to pay all their debts off.
Right, right.
So whatever studio didn't sell or brand didn't sell, it goes, like they're gone. Like so Vigil, and like I think Vigil Games and another studio closed. Like they officially shut the studios down because they
Wow.
didn't get purchased. Like all the other studios, Volition and them will continue, which I think the other one, Relic, Warhammer 40K guys, was picked up by Sega also.
I'm sure
But,
someone will buy it.
But yeah, no, their doors closed today. Like their
Oh,
their creative
I don't know,
developers, they officially
'cause, like-
said the studio closed. So whether the franchise gets picked up is a different matter.
Yeah.
but
yeah.
Vigil
I just hope because Platinum's eyeing the franchise.
Yeah,
I hope they pick it up because Bayonetta's.
He said cheap. I mean, who knows how cheap it'll go for? Because that's
But if
pretty-
it's for a bid, you could throw in $10.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
but the thing-
technically, when you buy it for 10, you're out like could be like 50 million.
Yeah, 'cause then
they owe money.
yeah.
It's just like when Rock Band, when MTV Games sold off the Rock Band franchise,
yeah,
they sold it off for like $1. They actually sold it for like $1.
That's right. And then
Yeah.
Harmonix was pissed at that one. They're like, no, you fucking can't do that.
Yeah, because they
remember
sold
that.
it at like a complete loss, but you know,
They got
someone
rid
else
of-
is gonna pay that debt off.
Yeah, exactly. That was the thing. Someone had to pay that debt off. But yeah, that was the big one. Their creative director was tweeting all day that he's very sad. He like the office is officially empty.
It must suck.
Like
It must suck
then they closed. But
Yeah, 'cause that's like your life work kind of thing.
Yeah, and then he revealed all the secrets on 3. He said 3 was officially in development, and he said 3 was gonna have 4-player co-op. He didn't say how that was gonna work if it was dropping. He's just like 3 was officially in pre-production. He also leaked. He's like it was 4-player co-op. We were gonna bring in all 4 finally. And he's like it was gonna be really really good because we wanted to finally get this. Like now he was like the story was gonna take place afterwards. So because like I guess 2 takes place parallel to 1. So now it was
isn't it a little after Ward?
It's after he's accused, but I think the story's from what I've read, it's kind of similar parallel.
No, it's not after he's accused. It's after he was already.
No, because he goes all the way. I don't know. I'll have to look up the story. That's another thing. But yeah. So he was just like revealing tidbits on the game since they're no longer NDA and under NDA anymore since it's done. But yeah, that was the one that got shut down.
Rest in peace. I think it was just time. Yeah, I think it was just about time.
How it goes. But I guess
they had little games to go off of. You know, it's kind of like, you know, when Midway, it was just being carried by Mortal Kombat. Everything else coming out of Midway was...
Well, Midway, I don't know what happened with them, man. They just, something happened there, and they just couldn't...
Because if you think about it, at the time that they filed for bankruptcy, the only game that was actually selling coming out from Midway was actually Mortal Kombat. Mm-hmm. Nothing else coming out from Midway was actually selling.
And I'm actually glad they went under and Warner Brothers picked them up because I think Warner Brothers gave NetherRealm so much more room of creativity.
Exactly.
Like they actually created a fighting game that was, they said, competitive. That could be competing within the MGL, or was that MLG, whatever it's called,
MLG.
Game, like, or the Evo stuff.
Yeah.
Because Mortal Kombat could never compete because it was never really considered to be on par or anything the other ones now. So I'm actually happy that one.
That's true, because for a while, Mortal Kombat, like the ones I liked were like 2, 3, the old ones. Then for a while, like there were some cool, but until the new one. Yeah, I liked Armageddon.
But there's it not for a competing. It was nowhere near like actually balanced for competing.
When Warner Brothers picked it up, like the new one, I really like that, and I'm looking forward to the Injustice.
It looks to be promising.
I actually can't wait for the Mortal Kombat 2.
The new one.
That they're gonna be doing. They've got to be doing.
They've got to be doing.
I forgot. Here was one too. Crytek bought a Homefront, the Homefront series. They actually purchased that upright for $500,000, which is pretty weak compared to how much money that series made.
Did you play that game?
I didn't play that game, but
Which one was that?
Homefront was the one where like Korea officially invaded America.
Was it a first-person shooter?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember.
Yeah, it was. That's how you remember it. Is it a first-person shooter?
Yeah. No, because yeah.
Was
That's
it?
how I remember.
I think I played it. Was that in the beginning? You're in like this you're building like you're a construction worker or something like that.
No. That's another game on GameCube that you're thinking
No. Because there's one for 360. I remember back in Plane Trade days.
You're thinking of Frontlines, probably.
I think it is. Because that game was terrible. Because there was two.
Was bad.
There was one where it's like
I liked it.
I think Russia was invading, and then the other one's the Korea.
Frontlines is okay.
I didn't like it. I couldn't even get down through the stupid construction site because it was laggy, buggy.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, that was that. But I found that to be interesting. They bought them for so cheap. I mean, I know the franchise wasn't worth that much really, but they sold a gangload of. I guess no one really wanted it for Crytek to buy it.
It is interesting though, because now there's potential for all these to be rebooted and be made better, or they could be
the Crytek one actually already had tons of, because Crytek was already working on a sequel for Homefront with THQ.
Mm-hmm.
So now they just went up and straight up purchased the whole license. So now they own everything Homefront, which so you can only imagine what they're gonna do. I mean, true, the Crysis games, in my opinion, really aren't. I mean, they're fun, but they're nothing phenomenal. They look gorgeous on PC because
I think that's the only thing that they
the Cry engine, man. They
because it's beautiful. I remember. The first one, I couldn't run it.
Yeah,
no
one.
I'm a PC guy. I love upgrading my computer. I do it like every year or two, but I couldn't. It was powerful.
No one could run. I remember that game came out. My brother, he went on upgraded his PC, spent like almost $1,000 to upgrade it for because it was.
Yeah.
And he could barely run it on medium. Like.
Whoa. Yeah, I remember the running joke was like, my computer's so godly I can run 2 copies of Crysis at the same time.
I remember that was like the running joke for PC gamers. Like if you could run a Crysis at Ultra, like. Your computer was just beast at the time. But so yeah, that's pretty much that. THQ's gone. Rest in peace to that company. But I think like George said, it paves the way for more to see what other these new publishers have in mind for these games. Now, like to see like what Crytek, now that they own Homefront, to see what they do, because without kind of THQ on their back to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
Same with like to see what Volition will do with the Saints Row series. Like if Deep Silver will let them just do what they want, or if they make. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. So then, with that said, moving on to the next big news was Nintendo's Nintendo. I think it was. Did they call their event? Is it called Nintendo Direct? Nintendo Direct. I think the biggest thing that blew my mind was the whole Zelda Wind Waker HD. And then that game looks gorgeous.
I'm still cleaning up my monitor from spunking all over it.
It was, oh my god. I saw that earlier today and I was just blown, because Wind Waker was my favorite Zelda game.
Game was good. Very good.
And as soon as I saw the screenshots, I was like, oh my god, this looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like an HD remake. It looks like a whole new remake.
Exactly. It's really good.
And then I think with that they announced a whole new Zelda too, didn't they?
Yeah.
They announced that they're working on it.
Yeah.
All they announced was that it's gonna be a different Zelda. It's not gonna be
First
how
person
you convention. It's not gonna be how you conventionally think of Zelda.
First person shooter.
That'd be amazing. I'd play it. I'm not saying it's gonna be good, but if it was a first person shooter, I would play it just for the fact that I'm like, it's Bizarro World.
You got like Link with the cigar, and he's just like, let's rock.
He's just let's rock, bitch. He would go, yeah, because he doesn't talk.
Shit. And then Monolith, Xenoblade Chronicles, they announced a new RPG, and they even showed gameplay footage.
X, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just called X.
Just X. I mean, it looks like an MMO.
It looked like Monster Hunter or Hunter. Monster Hunter. It looked awesome.
It looked interesting. It looked very good, but you could tell it was like pre-beta, pre-alpha.
It's a pre-beta, definitely for sure. It looked interesting. I'm not so much into those games, but for the, I mean, I'm saying it is in like pre-beta and stuff like that. It looked pretty cool.
It looked very cool, but it looked very early, very rough.
Yeah. What was the name of that other game? 101.
Go back to this game.
The Wonderful 101.
Wonderful 101.
What is it? It's called X.
It's just X. Yeah, it's from Monolith.
Codename, probably.
Codename X.
Yeah, it's from the guys who did Xenoblade Chronicles. The most recent Wii one, where everyone like demanded it come to America, and it came to America, and its sales were poor, just like Nintendo, knew it would be.
Yeah, predicted.
Yeah, that's why they didn't bring it over to America, because they're like, why? You guys aren't gonna buy it. So then they demand it, and it comes over, and I think it didn't
out of all those new games, Wonderful 101. Did you see Wonderful 101?
I did not see that.
Okay, here's let me set the scene for you.
Oh my god.
So there goes that dude, Nintendo Direct dude, saying, now we were talking about Wonderful 101.
There we go.
And not racist. Anyways, and he's like, this is the new game, and I'm sitting here with George, and I'm like,
what the fuck is this?
This is lame. I'm like, get to Zelda, and so I'm like, I'll just skip to the trailer. Oh my god, I ought to slap myself because I judged it that quick. But as soon as I saw the gameplay footage, it's like I just instantly thought of Nasser. I'm like, Nasser's gonna love this game. It looks like Pikmin, Panzer Dragoon, God, I don't know what fuck. So many of these things just put together. It looked freaking amazing. And they looked like beautiful Joe characters. My head exploded, and I'm all like, I gotta.
I'm gonna have to see this whole thing because
I had to see this trailer.
And it's fucking pause it.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right, well, we took that break so we could show Nasser and Travis all those trailers so you get there.
And you guys will, and it'll only be a second in listening time.
Yeah, and we are joined by another guest right now. Please welcome Jesus / Keebler.
Where are you at in Red Dead? Where are you at?
You know what? My Xbox red ringed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you even accept me as a friend?
No, I haven't. No, it red ring, dude. Like,
that's his excuse to use it.
What can I do?
How many Xbox have you gone through now?
It's an interview.
0, really?
No, 2, right?
Oh, how many have red ringed on me personally?
Yeah.
2.
Oh, see, at that point, you might as well just pick up PlayStation 3.
I agree.
Nah.
I completely agree.
What? Oh, damn it! Here we go.
Here we go. No, can we get back on track, please?
Back on track, back on
Anyways,
track.
we just
So I saw the trailers. They look really cool. But I'm gonna say, like you guys are all over on the Wonderful 101. X got me. It looks amazing.
eh,
Just
X.
I think it's codename X.
Just the code name is X. That's
Yeah.
that's all that we know.
That looked like Final Fantasy and Monster Hunter mixed together so well that it's going. It might make me buy a Wii U.
See,
Oh.
maybe
it might.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, maybe it's because I'm not a big fan of the Monster Hunter series. So it looked okay. I think Wonderful 101 looked even cooler.
Yeah.
It
Wonderful
looks
101
dope.
looks way doper.
You know what would make it cooler though? If Nintendo would include achievements.
I thought
Oh.
he was gonna say if it was
Wait.
ported to the Xbox. I was gonna reach
Oh,
over
he
here
was
and
gonna
punch
say
him.
PS3. Anything he'd say PS3.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's
true.
Sony boy.
Yeah.
But yes, wonderful. Both those games I look forward to. Hopefully, as time goes on, more we see more of the development on it, and
Yeah, now
let's hope it looks.
now it just
better.
comes down to when are those games coming out.
That's true.
Good
Like,
luck.
Jeez.
Another thing that they did confirm is that they will have new screens of Smash Brothers
At E3.
at E3.
Yeah,
Oh, did they confirm that?
Yep, they confirmed
Wow.
it.
Confirmed it.
Okay.
They will have those screens for us in
Wow.
this E3.
Wait, they'll have screens.
Screens.
Wow,
Screens.
they're too kind to give us screenshots of a game this early in production. Like, you know why they're doing?
Shut
you know
up.
why they're doing screenshots? They announced Super Wii U or the Super Smash Bros. So early. Even the director's like, yeah, the game hasn't even started. He's like, it's only in picture format.
Yeah.
And then they finished Kid Icarus, and now Nintendo's like, okay, we'll show you screens, guys. Oh man, screens! That's not 2-3 years out.
Right? Well, to go with that, I'm kind of scared is the same thing's gonna happen that happened with Brawl, where every big news were being pumped out so fast and so together that by the time the game came out,
Oh,
I
there was no
not
secrets.
surprised.
Yeah.
I knew everything about the game before it even came. Like I knew all the characters. Like
That was like a love-hate thing though,
It was.
because you wanted the news and you
I
were there
did.
to see
And I
every
went-
update.
and I searched for those, and I looked it, and like I remember
were
a programming class. I would look
No,
for
the
it.
game
Yeah,
design
dude.
class.
No,
The game design.
It was
right?
it was
was game
before
design.
that. It was before that.
No, it was game design class. Me, you, Burnley were.
Yeah, no, but we were looking at that before that too.
Ladies,
Back in-
ladies.
A year before that too, because I remember like this was back in like sophomore junior year. I was excited for this game, and I knew I memorized everyone's special moves when they got the ball, and it kind of disappointed. It made me sad a little bit because like
Yeah,
You
because
spoiled it for yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. You spoiled it for yourself, but come on. To be fair, the only way not to spoil it is to have been off the internet.
yeah.
You can't be anywhere on the internet without someone leaking
It was like
information to you.
was it the Halo? How Bungie or not Bungie 343 told everyone to avoid the internet because everyone was like spamming the forums on all the game sites
Yeah,
with the
it was
ending.
like
They were throwing the ending on like the YouTube link on the game
Yeah.
website. So
Like when I was gonna watch Dark Knight Rises, I didn't watch it on launch on the first day it came out, so I was just off the internet for a week until I finally watched it, because I didn't want to be on Reddit and see a meme with like Bane and then be like, what does that mean? You just spoiled it, you know.
Man, yeah, that actually sucked because unfortunately I went on IGN a lot during that time, and IGN spoiled a lot too. Like they were like, "Oh, we got the casting call, and Miranda Tate is actually Talia al Ghul," and they
Yeah.
were just like, and then the movie came out.
Dickholes.
Exactly, and they were like, they never made mention of Talia al Ghul in the movie. Oh, wait until the end. Oh, wait, that's right. That's the twist.
Spoiler.
She's the bad guy.
Yeah,
Spoil
I
it.
spoiled it at you.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Okay, to listeners, if you don't like me spoiling anything, the stuff I spoil is over a year to 2 years old. Get
Fair
over
enough.
it. It's like if you haven't
Hey,
seen
hey, I want to just put this out there. Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's
Oh yeah,
father.
see, exactly. If you haven't seen the movie or played the game that I usually spoil, then you're not gonna play it. Bottom line, all right. If I've spoiled something or said something, I can guarantee that you probably will not play it, and you have no intention of playing it. So, like,
Because your demographic should know what the fuck we're talking about.
exactly. Like, so if you had intentions of playing it, then you already saw it or played it. That's the bottom line.
Fair enough.
So another thing that I saw at the Nintendo Direct was
Uh-huh.
the new Yoshi game.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
was it
yeah,
just
new
Yoshi
Yoshi.
U? Is that what
know
it's
what the
I
hell-
don't
it's just
know.
said-
Yoshi
they just-
Yarn might as well be called like Kirby.
It's like it's
Kirby Yarn,
same by
whatever.
the same people that have done the Yoshi Story game 64. They haven't done another Yoshi game since,
Okay.
obviously,
I think
and it looks
it looks pretty
very
good. I've seen-
fluid,
I've seen
very
that, yeah.
very good.
It's interesting to see them actually have a full game dedicated to Yoshi again after so long. Like, after having him skip so many games. I mean, and then they brought him back for Galaxy 2, and then he was in New Super Mario's Wii U.
Yoshi's Island, man.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Island.
When was Yoshi?
But then again, that was before the N64.
yeah, that's what I'm
one.
saying. Like, they haven't had a Yoshi exclusive game, or like even really
Ever
focus
since
on
the
Yoshi.
64,
Yeah.
yeah.
64.
Since the 64. Now we're on the Wii U, and they're finally making another game.
That's
and it's the same people that.
what
were
was it?
behind
We
Yoshi's
counted
Story.
it right. It was a 13 or 14 year difference.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause,
It was like since '98.
Yeah.
Since '98, we're in
Yeah.
2013, and now they're gonna. It's like now we're gonna bring you another Yoshi.
No, you don't even know if
That's
it's coming
good,
out this
though.
year.
That's
Is it coming
true.
out this
That's
year?
true.
It could be
That's
next
true.
year.
It could be next year, but
I think that's a good thing though, because it's like it,
good.
the games are really good, and it's like I'm happy that they're not doing something like they
they're
do with
milking-
Mario,
yeah,
where it's like
where they're milking it
every
yes.
day is a new Mario game. where
Come
it's the
on,
same-
every week.
Every week, yeah, every week.
Yeah, so
Give
I
him
mean,
a chance now. Give him a chance.
that's really cool. That's good news.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Nasser
Is it good
approves.
news, Nasser?
Nasser approved. That's a
Nasser
good
gives a
thing, guys.
thumbs
That's a
up.
good thing.
This guy doesn't like anything, so if he likes it,
Then that's
it's a hit.
Yeah.
I wish they would drop the damn U thing from the. But I wish they would drop the damn U from some of their titles though. Like I just.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
I just like Zombie U. I just every time I see that box, I think it's such a stupid name, Zombie U.
Yeah, they should have
Like,
just let it come naturally, like with the N64. Like like Superman the game,
Yeah.
everyone refers to it as Superman 64, but it's not Superman
Yeah,
64. It's
it's
just
just-
Superman.
Yeah,
You know?
I get that it's a growing. I mean, you know, like you said,
Super
that actually makes sense.
garbage.
Super Mario. It was Super Mario 64. They had 64 in the name, but just
A few of them.
I just don't like when they throw
When they do that?
When they do that, like you know.
But
it's
to be
not,
fair,
it's-
64 sounded way cooler than you.
that is very true. That is very true. It did sound. I mean, yeah, but you know, you don't see what are they Call of Duty 360.
Call of Duty.
Hey,
Well,
that's a
but
good
that's-
idea.
But don't do that, Activision. I swear to God.
I should go. I should go register that domain so they can
Yeah,
pay me
God of
millions.
War PS3.
Actually, you know, Quantic Dreams let it leak that they're working on another game for PlayStation because they registered domains for PS4 already. If
Really?
anyone cared.
Go ahead. Go on.
No, they just.
Oh,
were
that
like-
was the whole news?
No, I guess that it was they brought it up that they registered. What was their first game? Heavy Rain. It was Heavy Rain PS3.com. Then they
Okay.
registered not Quantic Dreams. Beyond PS3.com for Beyond the new game Beyond Two Souls.
Okay.
And now they just registered. I think a week ago they registered Singularity PS4.com.
Singularity Windows 7.
Yeah, right.
Oh wait, no, that was the Xbox.
So that was that thing, and then I guess you know,
That's
NASA
cool.
just brought it up online. I forgot about the whole PS4 specs being released from the dev kits.
Really lit. Well,
Yeah.
what is it?
All right, hold on, listeners. I gotta mosey on over here to read the specs off. So
He's
let's see.
moseying. He's moseying.
All right, so this is reported from the dev kit. So these are not final reports. Like it's gonna be different from retail.
Now, for a average Joe like me, can you dumb it down in terms of 3 times stronger than a Wii, 5 times stronger than an Xbox 360? What's it
No.
looking like?
I think we would probably need Burnley for that because they only have like the quad core. Like look, so system memory 8 gigs. I take it that's gonna be RAM. There, it's at 8 gigs of RAM right there, which is
That's amazing.
that's gonna be cut down. They're not gonna keep it at 8 gigs. I can guarantee it's probably gonna be at least 4 or 5 because I think Xbox dev kits are being reported at 8 gigs as well. 2.2 gigabyte video memory. Yet again,
Oh, shit.
that's 2 gigs of video memory. It's a 4 times dual core AMD 64 bulldozer is what they call that at AMD.
What the fuck did you just
Yeah,
say? I just blacked
that's-
out.
That's what I don't understand. I think that's
It's 8 core. It's
Yeah.
a 8
Does that
core
mean it's
processor.
fast?
yeah, it's really fast. But I guess, of course, you know you got your computer elitists out there that are already commenting that the computers are already
Oh, well, of course.
beyond it. Yeah.
Technically, a console is obsolete. Yeah, the day
So-
after.
So you know that's just how it goes. But and then also
You know what? Enough of these specs. What I'm saying is
Blu-ray
that
still.
with specs,
still sporting the
as
good old
long
Blu-ray.
as long as the games coming out for the systems are good.
Oh, well, of course.
You know,
Of course.
Oh,
It's-
I don't doubt it. I mean, you know, they all make fun of me, listeners, that I'm a huge Sony fanboy. So I enjoy it because they have the most.
Wait, you like Sony?
A little,
Hey,
a little.
I'm right there with you though.
They have the most first-party exclusives, and it's and I always just kind of find it disappointing that they just don't sell. Like they don't sell. Like I think it was it a year or two ago when they had like so many exclusives. They had Infamous 2, Uncharted 3, Resistance 3, Killzone 2. Like Sony was just blowing the year up, but that was also the year they got hacked. What was that? Was that 2 years ago now?
That was a year
I think that was a year ago.
Was it?
Because they apologized for it at last E3.
But I think
right?
it was.
That was a year
but
ago.
I think
Yeah.
but I think it was in 2011 that it was. Was it or was it?
that they got compromised.
Yeah, I think that was. I think that was.
I think it's a year and a half. Something like that.
Or whenever it was. So they just had a freaking amazing year. All these exclusives, right? And all Xbox had that year was Gears of War 3. Gears of War 3 outsold all those exclusives that Sony had easily. I think within the first 2 weeks, it outsold.
They got proud of you.
I think
Like-
it's
Like that just blows my mind. And I don't.
it's really disappointing.
It's
again,
very
'cause
disappointing.
I love Sony too. Like I was on Team PS3 all the way even
Nice.
before it came out, and I still love
was.
PS3.
He was.
But
You-
the thing with it that I wish they do for 4, which if they do, I'll like I'm still repping Sony all the way, but the way to bring it back to the game is fixing multiplayer.
Yeah,
That's the only thing they really
and I
online.
think they have. I think they've learned. Like when they released the PS3, they didn't really have multiplayer in mind because they're Japanese. It's like the Nintendo. Nintendo Wii didn't have multiplayer, so Sony
Yeah.
had to step it up for America. Like they had to patch all that in there. They patched in the trophies. They patched in the voice chat. Like none of that was on the console to begin with, and they try to catch up with Microsoft,
That's true. I
which
forgot all about that.
which was way ahead of them. So I think that. I think that their version for the online is like Xbox, the original Xbox's online, where it was still shoddy and wasn't the best. Now we have the amazing Xbox Live, and I think they learned, and I think the next iteration will be
From
very
what
good.
I heard, I mean, I was late with Xbox and PS2, anyways. What I heard is that regardless, Xbox Live was still
Well, it was because it was originally it was
amazing.
always planned. Yeah, that's the thing is Microsoft went into the game with that online, like it was already there. Like I said, Sony and them, they don't really think about multiplayer games. Like that's just
true.
that's just the Japanese. They don't play multiplayer games online like that, like America does. And at the time,
They play more like LAN system. Like,
yeah,
that's why Monster Hunter is so popular over there.
yeah,
Again,
it's only land.
I love Monster Hunter, but
And it's just the cultural difference because
Japanese likes playing team games rather than single player games.
Yeah.
Americans are more like about me. And over there, it's more of harmony, and you need a team member, and you have a whole
but they
7 team party.
yeah,
with
but
you.
they want you all together. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing is like you look at a lot of those games and like Naster said, they're all local multiplayer. That's why they have like those like cafes, like where everyone brought
Yeah,
their PSP.
Everybody
Like League of
brings
Legends.
everybody together,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that was their point, and so they never thought of online. And like I said, when they released the PlayStation 3, they were still like the Japan market was still huge. Like I think America has officially taken that crown. Like America's the biggest gaming nation now. So I think when they released that, they assumed that they didn't have to worry. They're like, no one really wants online, but it's there. So hey, have fun with it. And then it comes out, and then Xbox Live just destroys them with 360. Like it just took it over, and then everything with like DLC. The PlayStation didn't even have a store at the time. The PSN was non-existent when it launched. Like they had to think of all that on the go to keep catching up. And so not to keep supporting them. Like I said, I like all the consoles. It's just like Nasser when we were talking about the whole. It's a shame to not see all those games sell on PlayStation because it goes to show you that in the end, companies only need to make these gritty Call of Duties, Gears of War games to sell, and you don't have to have creativity because a lot of people that I met that work for Sony and talk to them, they say that Sony's nothing but creative. Like they got the Unfinished Swan, which if you guys heard is just that where you throw paint to fill in a room, which is a super creative and out there game.
Okay.
And Sony bought the guys and paid them to exclusive the game exclusively for PlayStation. And I don't know how well it sold, but it scored critically very well.
Mm-hmm.
Like even Journey won Game of the Year for tons of people. The PlayStation exclusive, where it's just you just run. There's no action. It's just you moving to beautiful, beautiful scenery.
What's the other one? Flower.
And then
Flower's
Flower
also
from
really
that
good.
game.
Flower. I played Flower. Flower was cool.
See, and so the Sony's like, from what people have told me and stuff, they say that they're always about games. They're always about creativity, and that's what they want in the game industry, creativity. But
Yeah.
it's the fact that they don't have money to keep funding it because no one's buying those games anymore. Everyone only wants one game. So
This too shall pass.
Yeah, this conversation going on. Sorry, we derailed it from the whole Wii U conversation, but
We did.
Don't worry.
That
we,
was a good
we do
derail.
that every time.
yeah, we do.
did.
Yeah, you know, listeners, I like I said, I don't want to rant too much on PlayStation. I love Xbox. I do. I love it very much, and I play it a lot with my friends. But it's, you know, there's just there's that sweet soft spot in my heart for Sony because that was the first console I ever got, was a PlayStation 1, as a gift, and ever since then I enjoy Sony.
Isn't that funny that that's kind of how the attachment worked? Because
Yeah.
I think if I wasn't given my first system a Nintendo, I would have probably been
You know,
a Sega dude or
Well, mine,
you know,
mine
like
was the first. My first system was the Super Nintendo.
ball in a cup.
The banana
Super Nintendo.
Nintendo 2.
Mine was Super Nintendo.
Mine was, yeah.
But I enjoyed
What
it.
happened? When did you lose your soul? At what point?
I enjoyed it, but then once I got the PS1, I was a little older too, and I could understand better.
Could you?
But the
Could
games
you?
were so much better. There was so much
I
more fun.
was gonna say I think for me it was Final Fantasy. Like I had a PlayStation, I had like Street Skater, Tony
Mine was
Hawk.
Legend of
Like I had
What, the Tony Hawk's
yeah.
Pro Skater.
those
Those
are good
games were good.
Yeah, no, but it was my friend when he
I'm like
introduced me
Street
to
Skater.
Street Skater.
No,
Bro.
that was a game. Look it up, Street Skater.
I believe you, but
It was it was like an arcadey one. It was like you chose a character and they were like, "All right, go," and then you just like would go down a course.
Did Nasser make this game? That's terrible.
So I'll show you guys screenshots
gonna
after
hate
this
it.
or videos, but it was Final Fantasy like everyone else out there when Sony got the rights to not the rights, but when Square sided with them for the disc drive for Final Fantasy VII instead of the cartridge, that was like blew my mind. Final Fantasy VII, man, like everyone else who had a PlayStation.
This is a shout out to Burnley. You're listening.
Oh, he'll be
Final
listening.
Fantasy.
Oh man, that's Burnley and me. We have to do a podcast just him and me talking about Square stuff, man. That could go on. We could get like 3-4
what it
hours
sounds
out of that,
like.
man.
But
shout out to Squaresoft.
Yeah.
Squaresoft, not Square Enix.
Squaresoft.
Squaresoft.
One of my favorite games of all time on the Super Nintendo.
Until they tried to make a Final Fantasy movie and they went bankrupt.
Wait, is that why they went bankrupt?
Yeah, they made Final Fantasy the movie.
The
Yeah,
Final Fantasy the terrible.
yeah. The Spirits Within. Sorry,
Oh, that's
let me
horrible.
correct you there. So
Same thing.
Let's
yeah, same thing.
That was-
So they did that, and they didn't go bankrupt per se, but they were close to shutting down. But then Enix didn't purchase them, but they like merged to save them, and then that's why they're now
I
called
did
Square
not know
Enix.
that's why they.
Yes,
lost so much money.
Enix was a different Japanese company, and they didn't purchase them; they just merged together and
Why would
Form
you
Square
merge with it to make a terrible movie? Stick to the game.
They merged after the movie
yeah,
came
they merged
out.
after the movie came out because SquareSoft put out the movie.
Oh,
And,
paid that company.
No, they didn't pay that company. They just put out the movie themselves. Like they distributed and everything. It was called Square Pictures. I think they were trying to start up. That tanked as well. But they just didn't make the money they wanted off that movie. And
Yeah.
so
I saw
The
it.
story
It
would
was.
have been right with that that kind of I guess. What kind of art was that? Animation?
It was
Uh,
CGI,
it was
right?
it was like
Well,
yeah,
CGI was still new back then, and if
Probably
if they
very
had a script, it would've
expensive.
been awesome.
well, I bet you they got the freaking actors they paid. They had like Alec Baldwin.
You just spent your money.
Yeah.
Oh, that goes is that's the entire
Who
the
else? Who else
entire
is-
budget, man.
The dude who played oh god, he's in Boardwalk Empire. The really like scary looking dude with like a skull looking face. What is his name again? It's
What?
With the skull looking face, red
oh
skull.
my god, what is his name? Have you guys seen
The
not Hellboy?
Ron Perlman?
Not Ron Perlman. What is his? Shit, this is gonna bug the crap out of me. Oh, they got a lot of big name actors in the film, and that's probably why they spent a lot of their budget as well paying those actors.
That's terrible.
They get the big names. That's
You're starting off to make a movie, and you go like, "Let's go big, get all these big name."
Well, because sometimes it works, but this time didn't.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the theater because I was
Wait, did it do good in Japan at least?
no, it tanked around the world. It,
It's a global catastrophe.
that's why
That's-
that's why they invested so much in it because they expected to do good because it was a Final Fantasy movie and it tanked everywhere. So they that's why they were about to go under.
I think Heart of the Swarm would be our last thing to talk about.
Oh yeah, they finally
The Heart
Yeah,
of the
It's
Swarm.
Starcraft.
StarCraft.
the new StarCraft.
Oh.
I love StarCraft, but I haven't been, on the StarCraft.
Oh,
Circuit.
you're missing out. I saw
It's
it.
good.
That's very good. We'll show you that.
God.
Well, yeah, they'll show you
It looks
after.
pretty cool, and I don't even like StarCraft.
But then again, Blizzard's
I
just
need to watch this
Yeah,
Well,
Blizzard, they're just
Blizzard,
like
yeah.
gods of creating CGI, like or those
they're-
cinematics,
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
They're
like, they-
wonderful.
They just they get more and more amazing every
Yeah.
single
the,
year.
The
Yeah.
two companies that do that really, really well is Blizzard and what's that one? Total War. The company,
Rome, Total
the company that's behind all the
The Shogun Total War?
Shogun Total War, Rome
Yeah,
Total
Rome.
War. Their opening cinematics, like
Yeah.
take your breath away, kind of good. Like the Napoleon one.
Okay.
Oh my god! Oh, it's good.
Ugh.
It was good.
I
Check
think
that.
he just jizzed.
Yeah.
I just
I,
I just know Blizzard, man. They
They're good.
Man, those cinematics are so
The
good.
Diablo 3 one.
It just
Diablo-
blows my mind that they haven't done like a short film or something in this. Like, it's
no. If they do that, then they're gonna lose all their money, like fucking
Are you,
Squaresoft.
are
I
you
don't
kidding me?
think
They,
so.
I'll say they
I don't
probably
think
make so.
so.
much money in 1 month just from WoW subscriptions alone that they probably could stay afloat probably for another
But
5.
that's
6
how.
months.
But that's I
Like,
don't know. That's how you make money, man. You don't make money by. I don't know.
they-
Just
but-
play it safe. Blizzard, if you're listening, just play it safe. I don't
think
really
they-
even play your games, but just play it safe. Don't listen to these guys.
But yeah, I can't wait for that game. I'm actually excited.
Actually, I'm waiting for the World of Warcraft movie. It's already in
There's a
production.
movie?
Yeah,
That
it's
movie's been
already-
in pre-production for years.
It's already in production. if
yeah,
I'm not
no,
mistaken.
like Sam Raimi was attached, and then he was
Well,
giving
I'm
his
glad he got.
and then
out
he
of it.
dropped out, and then they lost like the writer. Like that movie's been through so many people that it's like, come on, just.
Ah, come on.
Just let it die.
I think
Just let it die.
Legendary Pictures has the
Stop
rights
being
to
a
it.
hater. Stop being a hater.
No, don't get me wrong. I would love to see it. Like a fantasy movie like that would be.
Is
for
it
pretty sweet.
animated or
No,
live
I mean,
action?
Live
It
action.
would be live action.
I don't know, man.
Okay, okay.
It'd be like Lord of the Rings.
Ew.
No, don't worry.
That's gross.
Oh,
That's
the
gross.
hater,
gross.
the
That's
hater
gross.
popped in. The hater popped in.
If I want to watch a movie like Lord of the Rings, I'll just watch Lord of the Rings.
Look, man, I'm just saying they can make it work. They could make it work. Just
I-
don't
they-
worry about it.
I think.
All
they-
right. Well, okay. Now, as someone who, as you know, gave up on World of Warcraft 2 weeks in, and I know Travis
I did
plays World
3
of
weeks.
Warcraft.
I did
You did
3
3
weeks.
weeks. Good job, man. I know. I think Keebler
He
did
was
like a
all
month.
into it. Don't even trip. He was all into
I
it.
got
Okay.
into-
He was
now,
all
now
into it.
as there's so apparently there's only 2 people here that really like World of Warcraft, and so everyone else.
No,
Three.
man. Nasser
Wait.
likes it.
So for
Nasser
so
likes
for the
it.
rest of the audience,
I'm a big old World of Warcraft 3
yeah,
fan.
Oh.
yeah, I
Okay,
like World of
Warcraft
Warcraft
3.
I like Warcraft
Yeah.
3. I'll admit that. Okay, but for us, people
I'll say
that
something in a
don't,
second there.
you know, keep up with everything and don't really know the story, sell me right now the World of Warcraft movie. Set it up for me and tell me what it's about, and
show
give
me
me
how
and,
it's
and
gonna
give
make
me your
money.
actors.
Oh, dude, it's,
Oh,
it's
my
the plot
eye.
of Lord of the Rings.
I can't
That's
do
that's
that.
it.
You could describe. You could be like the green orc dude would be this. Yeah, go. I want to hear this. I
it's-
want to hear between you and Travis. Go.
It's too much. See,
It's too
I
much.
it's a
You
lot.
guys read the books?
I read some of them.
Well, then you have a plot already.
Yeah, there you go.
Build off of that.
So tell me, come on.
No, what I was gonna tell
I
you
don't
real quick. Hold on. What I was gonna tell them
So
over
there you
there was
go.
that there's a StarCraft 2 community. They're working on a mod for their Blizzard Warcraft 4 game.
Yeah.
They
That is really cool.
Yeah, they have I think a 20-minute actual trailer. Like they said, it's all gameplay and it's a mod for their unofficial Warcraft 4 where it plays on StarCraft 2, but it's a mod so that way you can just kind of see the graphics what they would look like using StarCraft's 2 engine.
Sweet.
So it's very early. They've openly said like this is still alpha. Like it's got the StarCraft 2 kind of controls at the bottom. Like even the faces in the picture are all StarCraft 2, but the units on the screen are all like the orc encampments and they're like it's all the orcs running around and they're doing all the building. And they slowly were turning the map into kind of trees and gold and all that from the.
That's kind of cool.
So sorry to tangent that real quick,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but it's Warcraft movie. So I'll
Okay.
pitch this to Pedro.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
Well, to all of us here, even
Yeah,
Nasser,
so
because
everyone
you
here.
lost Nasser
So
too.
You did.
so what this would have to be about is I'm not going to name characters or actors because
No, you don't have to.
so what the plot would be would it would just be
Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
he just
I
made
mean,
it
he
worse.
would be in it regardless.
Yeah.
We know Samuel L. Jackson's gonna be in it, and Megan Fox.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, so here's this Warcraft movie. So the whole plot I could think of would have to be I mean it could be anything. Either it could be could the Horde or the Alliance some way, but it would have to be someone's journey. That's the end plot. It would have to be their journey across the kingdom. Now I don't think they would include all of it because it's
too
ridiculous.
big.
So I think what they would probably do is they'd probably pick one, probably the Horde, honestly, because everyone tends to like them more. Or they would choose the Alliance for budget reasons to keep them human instead of painting them green.
Okay.
But all right, let's do this. So,
Oh, no,
so
do the twist.
all right,
Forward.
No. So this is what I'll do. So this is the plot I'm gonna
There's
pitch
no
right
really
here.
good or bad.
It's gonna start.
They're both.
We're gonna start probably sometime,
both,
some
yeah.
years after in Lordaeron, after the alliance and everyone's kind of settled down after World of Warcraft's time. You're gonna pick some random heroes. They don't have names for them. Actually, you know what? We'll go with the king, Prince Anduin. Anduin Wind? Is that the prince's name in Stormwind?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Prince of Stormwind. He's gonna go on a journey here, and he's just gonna kind of travel the land, take a boat over to Kalimdor. He's gonna meet some orcs. They're gonna have a powwow and.
You lost me.
You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. That's the.
I don't think you could do it. I don't think you just leave it to professionals. Thank you.
All right. I'll leave it.
Because you lost me, and I'm a World of Warcraft guy.
It's tough because in my mind it just sounds so corny.
You made it sound.
No, break
See?
it down. Break it to the
Break
point.
it down. Come on.
Alright.
Okay, get me to the action sequence. The last
Okay.
action sequence.
Hero fights who? You know?
All right, so we're gonna have probably. No, I can't have Illidan. We'll have
Why not Illidan?
because he's dead. This takes place
He's
after.
dope.
This
Well,
takes,
why after? Why after?
Don't know
Why
what's
can't we?
going
Why
on.
can't we do it when Burning Crusade was taking place? Why couldn't we do that?
Start the movie. I'm throwing popcorn at the screen at this point.
Okay, so our Prince Anduin Win
Played by
is-
Liam Neeson.
Played by no.
Jesus.
So you have to be
Orlando Bloom.
Hugh Jackman.
Stop throwing names in, man.
So
You're derailing the story.
yeah, so his goal is to get to Darnassus, the Elven Kingdom, the Night Elf
Gets to
Kingdom.
the
Okay.
elves.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way he does that, he has to get across the ocean through Kalimdor because he's starting all the way in Stormwind on the eastern.
So he's really
kingdom.
far away. So it's an
Okay. Thank you.
adventure.
Yes.
I have a translator. Thank you.
So he's gonna take a boat from Menethil Harbor, which is somewhat being rebuilt in this period because it's been destroyed in the storyline. All right. So he's
Okay.
gonna take a boat from Menethil Harbor, which is gonna make all the fans go crazy when they see. They're like, oh, because the
He's
Menethil.
traveling to another world.
Oh.
Christopher Columbus.
So he's gonna work his way across the ocean. Along the way, he's gonna get shipwrecked. All right, no, he's not gonna get shipwrecked. You know, actually,
Pirates.
Actually,
Fuck it.
he's
Pirates.
gonna,
making everything better.
he's gonna get shipwrecked.
I agree.
In let's go with where's Ogrimmar at?
Pandaria.
Duratar.
Is that south or north or east or west from where?
It's
Of
the
Elven
desert.
Village.
In the desert.
Got
The
it.
Barons,
So-
man.
So
the Barons.
Yeah, the Barons. He's gonna get stranded in Ratchet. He's gonna get stopped in Ratchet. All right, goblins are gonna help him. He's gonna go across the desert, work his way across. You know, there's gonna be a few fight scenes with dragons because the black drakes are flying around in the area.
Okay.
Dragon.
I got that part.
Then he's gonna make some unlikely friends with the orcs and some of the Tauren because they're gonna come to his aid.
I
and
like this party. He builds an army.
yeah,
Okay,
so then
okay.
by the time he gets to Darnassus, he's gonna have a little merry old posse of him, a panda, and then
All the
orc.
badasses of the village.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and then
I don't think we want to throw in the pandas.
all right,
yet.
we'll keep him out. We'll keep.
He's walking
I'm not
by.
even on the pandas.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
that
a
they're
cameo,
not.
can we have a cameo of a panda?
Yeah, we'll have a cameo.
He's just in the background eating eucalyptus?
We'll have Chen Stormstout.
in the background.
Okay.
Chen Stormstout.
Yes.
We'll be selling him some alcohol.
All right.
Yes.
So he's gonna buy some of that ale. He's gonna just keep on walking and buy. And so now our prince is traveling across Kalimdor, and he's he got his orc buddy with him, his Tauren buddy. No troll or goblin because they're little losers. And he's got
Oof, I don't know.
and then he's got. So who else has he got? Let's say he's got.
But they're in there for comedic relief,
He's got
right?
he's got the no.
Why not a dwarf?
Because the dwarf doesn't really fit this story.
They're getting so
so,
involved in this.
so you wanted this
No,
plot.
I love
Alright,
it.
okay.
I love it
As long as a
because
night
I'm
elf's in
imagining
there,
it right
it's
now.
good.
I'm imagining
He's
it.
gonna have a night elf.
I'm in there right now.
All right. So
Organs don't come out until later.
So yeah, so now you've stopped throwing popcorn at my screen, right?
Okay, right now I'm like half popcorn, so now I started eating it because
Alright,
it was
good.
$12 a bucket. But now I'm interested. You know, I stopped texting
All right,
because I got
so
interested.
they're traveling across, the barrens and all that, and they're getting to their destination. And by the time they get to their destination in Darnassus, there's gonna be the epic battle.
Okay.
Because the night elves don't like that.
Climax.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they don't like the Taurens. They don't like the orcs.
Yeah, they don't like the hordes with them. They don't like that the prince has befriended him. So they're like, Prince, get away from him. And they try to go to war with it. At that point, the horde are also coming up, and they're like, whoa, what the fuck, man? You messing with our guys? So they come rolling up on Darnassus' shores, and right there you have an epic battle
Okay.
between the two. But at which point you have like, we'll say Thrall, who's now a shaman for the dragon or the dragons at this point. I don't know what the hell he does anymore. He's there, and he comes and breaks it up. He's like, no, people, be friends. Don't not war.
A
peace."
dragon?
No, an orc.
No.
Oh, an orc.
Yeah,
Okay.
Orc
Okay.
shaman.
Yeah,
Orc shaman.
orc
Okay.
shaman. So he's gonna come. He's gonna break it up, and then they're all gonna.
He has to get killed.
No one dies in this story yet. Okay,
Thrall doesn't get killed.
Their best friend, the gnome, dies. He dies.
Aw.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Oh,
And-
that's he odd listeners. He odd because
Poor guy.
his World of Warcraft character that he created was a gnome. Just let you know.
Okay.
Yo,
so he
you odd.
Okay.
I was an elf and I had a tiger as a pet rolling around. Dude.
Oh, I was an
you were a
elf.
hunter.
Yeah.
You were a hunter. No, you were a gnome.
Oh, I was the little.
You were the
Small
little gnome.
dude.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a
okay,
gnome.
okay,
That's why
okay.
you're.
All right.
Okay, sorry. It's because I was still imagining
So,
the movie.
there's our Warcraft movie.
All right.
No.
Well,
You guys
No.
made a less. You guys made a more boring Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry. I thought it couldn't get worse than Lord
you
of the
just don't
Rings.
have good
Now it was a
imagination.
bear.
I'll wait.
He
I'll
said
wait.
you ain't got no
George.
imagination.
I'll wait for it to get to
George,
DVD
I had
and I'll
a
watch
baby
it.
panda.
Oh, the
No.
companion.
Bear.
Oh, you did it. The bear.
All right. Well, you know what? Well, thank you for humoring me, because
All right.
at least I know it's kind of possible.
It wasn't bad.
I'll wait in line with you.
I wouldn't go watch it on theaters, but I'd definitely torrentate.
Thank you. Thank
There
you.
you
Know that you would pirate my
This
movie.
guy that used to play for a
Screenplay
lot. He used to
by-
play on his hunter
Screenplay by
so
2K.
much. Me and him used to commit genocide like these like
that was
man
pretty
bear
fun.
pigs.
It looks more like
What
a
were
pig
they
bear
called?
man.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's
Yeah.
get back on track.
All right,
But
back
thank
on
you.
track, guys.
Thank you.
Anywho, okay, so we're gonna start with.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to the next segment here, guys.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, did we
Oh,
even
wait.
talk about StarCraft?
we
Did we even talk about StarCraft?
just said it was cool.
No.
Coming out.
Hey,
I look
this,
forward
hey,
to
you guys,
seeing
this is
it.
a conversational
16th.
podcast,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We can all talk what we want to. So, listeners, if you guys want to play some Max Payne with me, do that, please. Add me on PlayStation. Evil
Definitely
Bomb,
add him in PlayStation.
Evil Bomb, one word.
All right. Well, we're gonna.
BOMB. So we can play some Max Payne 3, some Deathmatch Made in Heaven, the new DLC.
Nice.
I didn't even know Max Payne was multiplayer now.
Get
I'm
out.
thinking
All
of,
right.
Get out.
I'm thinking of the first Max Payne.
Get out.
All right, so we're gonna move. Oh man, this is my favorite episode ever. So we're gonna move on to this week in gaming history, guys.
Okay, here we go.
Awesome.
This week in gaming history with your host Peter Green. Now we're talking about this week. A few years ago, guys, gonna take you back to January 21, 1998, where the survival horror sequel Resident Evil 2 was released on systems, garnering critical success and reception. January 24, 1989, Nintendo obtains a patent for the master slaver chips comprising their NES cartridge security system. This put a very big dent in Atari's Tengen plans and triggered a series of legal battles. 2006, January 24, Bethesda announces that they have exclusive rights to make a series of Star Trek games. 2007, January 24, Sony announces that the PlayStation 3 will cost around $836 in Europe. I feel sorry for those European gamers. They really got the short end of the stick on that one. January 25, 2003, Devil May Cry 2 was released. And ending you out this video game roundup, January 25, 2005, Take-Two announces the acquisition of Sega's 2K Sports game line. This is Peter Green, and this has been your week in gaming history. Goodbye.
Man, that was an interesting one. The Devil May Cry 2, man, that game was terrible.
No likey?
You know, likey, I heard a lot.
Devil May Cry 2, that game was terrible. I remember
Was it terrible?
Yeah, that one was the bad one. That was for crying out loud, they had on the back of the box that said Devil May Cry, so cool it's cooler than hell. It's one of their quotes. Like, who the hell puts that on
Wow.
there? It was bad.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. I think I
Trying
watched
to
that.
figure out our culture, like, what's cooler?
It's cooler than hell. No, I don't know who the hell did.
Was it okay? Because I have all the Devil May Cries besides the new one.
Really? You have 1, 2?
Yeah, I have 1, 2, and 3, and 4. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4.
What?
And you played them all?
I have not. But see,
Well,
I mean, but I've heard the second one was.
No, second one. I mean, I guess since it was terrible, it was. It was.
Yeah, because you
make
making it seem like it's a. You know.
it wasn't bad. It was just the graphics took kind of a dive because I think they rushed 2 out after the success of 1. So the graphics took a dive.
You mean Resident Evil 4?
Is that what? No, what?
Yeah, Resident Evil 4. Did you know that Devil May Cry was Devil May Cry, the first Devil May Cry?
Yeah, it was supposed to be originally.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, but
Resident
it
Evil 4?
changed. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot of probably
Yeah.
Shengame. God, what is it? Shinji Mikami?
Yeah, they just like it.
It
They
morphed, yeah.
they were all like, you know what? This actually can be its own game, and they made it its own
Well,
game.
you know,
Devil May Cry.
it was a joke. The original one was they like never intended it for it to be sequels or anything. They just were like you said, it was a one-off. They're like, hey, here it is. Same with like Dead Rising. They secretly, Keiji Inafune secretly made Dead Rising, and
Oh, really?
yeah, he, man, this is really tangent now. Yeah, they what did they want? They wanted a different game. Nice. They wanted a different game, and he secretly was working on Dead Rising because Capcom turned it down. They're like, no, that idea is stupid.
What? Really?
Yeah, because it was only in paper form. So he got to work with his team on it, and he was secretly feeding the higher ups something else. It's like, oh yeah, it's coming along, but they were working on Dead Rising, and finally when they were like, the exact words of, what are you working on? We want to see this now, because they hadn't seen it in action.
Mm-hmm.
He showed them what he'd been working on for, like, I think it was a year and a half, and at that point they're like, oh my god, okay, let's do this now.
Yeah,
Shit.
dumb
So,
bastards.
so you know, that just goes to show you.
That's a ballsy move, though.
Oh, yeah, but paid off for them in the long run. So, but yeah,
I'm surprised you jumped over Resident Evil 2, George.
Well, he started it off
Yeah.
with Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
That's
anyways,
the only
the
reason.
Devil May Cry.
Resident Evil 2's coming. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
The new Devil May Cry game is phenomenal, though. It's unfortunately, like a lot of critics said, it's really short. I beat it in 7 hours, but the whole point of the game is there's so many secret areas.
Did you friggin' read about that supposed like I guess they tried to start something about the White House, they put in a bill or something like that, or some just like some real like just bitter person that didn't like the new Devil May Cry was like dear
What
like
are you talking
Obama
about?
or something like
What are you
that.
talking about?
Like, yeah, dear Obama, like, you know, this new Devil May Cry, we want it off the shelves
I did not.
and stuff like that.
Because it had devil in it?
No, because we want it off the shelves because we didn't like American citizens, we didn't we had the right to choose about this game, and we didn't want a reboot of this game.
Really?
And it's
Oh
an
my
insult.
God.
It's an insult
Oh my
to
god.
our.
So this got to Congress? It got
it
25,000 signatures?
it was a petition. It's a petition, and
Oh, okay.
it got
Jeez.
66 signatures, and then was just like, get the hell out of here.
Wow.
66?
That's all you need?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Because did you hear about the Death Star one? Because if
Yeah,
because
that
Yes, that was tight.
yeah,
This
because if a petition gets 25,000 signatures, it has to go under Congress, and they actually had it for the government to create a star,
Yeah.
a Death Star, and they actually sent it over to NASA, and NASA was like, in the recession we're going through, it wouldn't be smart
Yeah,
to
and he's
create
like,
a Death
well,
Star.
He actually quoted. He's like, this is not the.
Yeah,
This is
he's
not
like, it's
the-
not smart because a one-man flown vessel can go into the middle and like destroy it.
Yeah.
Protons torpedoes.
He's
Yeah,
like,
that was
It
amazing.
was pretty sweet.
I can't believe it's
So,
ridiculous.
anyways,
Yeah.
that's the they tried
so-
that petition to
so
get
dumb.
them off the shelves, and
Well,
then we got.
do you guys
66.
want to spoil the end of Devil May Cry? You guys gonna play this game? All right.
Oh.
That's for me, actually. Sorry. Anyways, so I'm gonna spoil it. So, listeners, if you don't want.
Wait, he says he's gonna play it, you dumb
Right.
bitch.
Go ahead, spoil it. I'll
No, I'm not. It's nothing major. Nothing major.
All right, go ahead.
Like I said, it's not gonna be story wise.
Spoiler alert, guys.
Yeah.
What?
So skip probably a good 5 minutes to save yourselves. a
5
little-
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, man.
Shorten it down to 30 seconds.
30
please.
seconds. So in the end, all right, here we go. Ready? Spoilers begin now. So Dante's hair becomes white at the end. All right.
Okay.
Like, you know, the big thing was everyone was pissed off at them because they changed it. This, in the end, this was a good origin story. So like throughout the whole game, as he's learning his powers, his hair slowly becoming white to the point at the very end when he fully embraces the devil inside him, his hair goes full white, and that's kind of just So that's the big reveal at the end. It's
Okay.
a spoiler. So you see,
Woo.
That was 30 seconds?
25 seconds.
all right, there is it.
There you
So
go.
that
Nice.
was the big reveal.
That would make sense. I mean, it's not a big. of a
That's pretty
spoiler.
cool.
Why
That's
did
pretty cool.
people care
It
so
progressed throughout
much?
the game.
What?
Throughout the game,
Fanboys.
progressed.
Yeah,
Fanboys.
it was
This
it was
Guy who,
Fanboys.
this idiot,
It was,
called himself a human being
Carlson.
that tried to
It's
get
just-
it off the shelves.
Stupid.
Stop being
Yeah.
bitter.
That's how it was. It was it started out. The game starts out, and then he starts to get his devil powers, and as the game goes on, like, because every other mission, or sometimes every mission, you get a new power, to kind of add to why you're becoming the ultimate badass by the end, and then it's just slowly taking over. So it starts like in the back corner, so you can clearly see it, so that by the end of the game, when after you defeat the final boss, it's just like full on. And he even comments on that, and they talk about it. That
Eyes turn red.
it's exactly pretty much.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty like his eyes turn red. And then the way they did it was they did a pretty sweet thing. So the whole game, the reason why his hair is white is because the whole game becomes white, and the only thing that's glowing are his eyes red, and his jacket, because he has the red jacket on the inside, or it's red on the inside, is red too. So you kind of see it flowing, and then of course the blood too as you're killing everyone. So everything else is like white and is black and white in the background as he's doing this, which is supposed to get the image of why it's this. All right.
So Resident Evil 2.
And then the other one, Resident Evil 2.
Yes, I think that's my most favorite Resident Evil game out of the entire series.
Really?
Yes, Resident Evil 2. I mean, I played Resident Evil 4, I think, a lot more, but I think it's just more for nostalgic, I guess. You know, Resident Evil 2 is kind of what got me into the series.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, running around as Leon and Claire, with Mr. X busting through through the walls, coming after you and shit like that. I was like, ah!
The fact that you have to stay calm during this game when all this shit is coming at you is what makes this game awesome. You literally have to, okay, turn around, stop it.
Yeah, because you're like, shit.
Hey, don't panic, don't panic. Shoot him in the head.
Yeah,
Shoot him in the
man.
head. That's all you have to do.
What scares me more about those games is how you would run out of ammo almost immediately, and then
You
you're
gotta
just
save your
terrified
ammo, dude.
because
Oh, man.
at least in Resident Evil 4, like, you could punch and kick, you could get out of a sticky situation, but back then in those days,
That's it.
oh lord, your knife wasn't gonna get
Your
you
knife
anywhere.
Didn't do
No.
shit.
Your knife didn't do anything.
The only way your knife would kill something is if you got lucky and they got like clipped on something, and then you're just knifing them through the door or something. Good times, good
Resident Evil 2,
times.
I actually didn't play that when they came out right away because my mom, if we want to talk about video games and all that, was actually a good
We
parent.
do.
No, I talk about video game violence. Was a good parent because she did not let me buy M games because I was.
That was rated M?
Yeah, it was rated M.
Oh.
What
well,
the heck?
It was pretty freaky.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So I didn't play it actually for a while. I didn't get to play it until for quite a while actually. Because my first Resident Evil I ever played was Code Veronica. Because my buddy bought it on the Dreamcast. And that game was so good, and it blew my mind. And then I went back to try and eventually play those ones, the older ones. You know, at that point, it's rough to go back and try. Those
Yeah,
games.
it is.
And especially like a game like Resident Evil with those tank controls, man. It's tough.
That's
So,
the reason I never finished Resident Evil 0.
Zero?
Because they went back to
That's
tank
the
controls
game.
on GameCube.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but did you play the remake of Resident Evil, the first one?
Yeah.
On
on
GameCube?
GameCube,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that one.
That was tank controls.
That
too.
was tank controls too, but that was like technically my first full playthrough of a Resident Evil game, because I had played the other ones at my babysitter's house. Like her son, like he would have his room in the back, and I would go in there and just turn his games on without him knowing. And that's how I got to play them and experience them. So Resident Evil, the first one on GameCube, was technically the first game I passed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one's a bitch.
Oh, it was so fun. It scared me.
You know, I never beat any of those.
It scared me so bad.
The first one I ever beat was RE4. Resident Evil 4.
Mine was 3.
It was
Through and through, like, it was 3.
Three's Nemesis. right?
Nemesis.
Yeah.
Nemesis.
Mhm.
That one was scary too.
That was though at that point, like I said, I went back and I tried them, and yeah, like they're just rough. So I just at this point the internet was coming out, so everyone's had the spoilers online, so I just read up on it.
Well, you guys are missing out.
No, I would love to go back and play them. They're just so old. Like an old game. Old game's old.
Actually, do you have Resident Evil?
I have all. What are you?
2.
What?
Sorry.
Yes, all like.
Oh yeah,
I just recently plugged in my PS1 last week.
Well, why
and
don't you get like the
bitch.
Japanese one because you got the Japanese ports.
No,
too.
I don't speak Japanese. I don't
No.
read Japanese.
Nah.
I don't even
You
know.
could just look at it like, oh, he said konnichiwa, so he said hello here.
I'm no.
Yeah.
Domo arigato, Mr.
No.
Roboto.
I'm gonna miss
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole damn story. I'll be like, okay, what I remember from Resident Evil 2 is the cinematic beginning. It's like
Well, then, by
Leon running away,
Wait.
shit happening.
if you were able to beat
Shit's
that
happening,
game,
dog.
by that
Shit's
time,
happening.
You should be able to speak Japanese. You could be like,
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Every
it's
time I
hot.
speak Japanese, they're gonna be freaking out. Like, what is he saying? Like, who's after him?
Yeah,
what
man.
Infected?
so what else came out here was Take-Two acquired Sega's 2K series, right?
Yeah.
That You know, no, actually, I don't really give a shit on that one.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean-
how about that? The PlayStation 3 cost $836
Yeah.
in Europe.
You know-
Euros.
That actually blows my mind because PlayStation 3 is dominating Europe still.
Are they?
That,
You're
like,
the silence.
Are you really stunned?
No, really.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, like
it's across the pond.
This
they
is
say.
actually yet again back to PlayStation. Sorry, listeners, if you guys don't like PlayStation.
That's
this-
okay. Let him talk.
This is just
Let the boy talk.
this is a PlayStation outside of America is huge. Like us Americans don't realize it because we're so kind of engulfed just in the U.S. stuff alone.
Yeah.
Xbox is huge in America. We all know that, but outside the U.S., it's all PlayStation. Like Xbox isn't even sold in Japan. They don't give a shit about Microsoft over there. It's mainly because they didn't sell any Xboxes that they finally just cut them off. They're like, you're done. So no Xboxes are even sold in Japan.
Well, PlayStation is pretty much a computer, a very good computer. That's,
Well, that's what they all are in. the
hasn't
end.
failed.
It's the reason why.
And the Xbox One has failed, so that's like
Well-
I would make sense to me.
Well,
personally.
it's just the games. Like, do the Japanese also get different games than we do? over
Ah,
there?
yeah.
And a lot of people, since it's just culture, like they trust Japanese companies. That's why Microsoft and Nintendo flourish over there, while companies like Xbox. Did I say Microsoft in there? Sorry, Nintendo and Sony flourish, while Microsoft doesn't do so well because Can you believe I never pictured this?
There we go.
Okay.
God, Biggie Smalls. You know, it's no brainer what the consumer's gonna choose. So, Sony, you know,
Bigger is better.
They just.
Long story short.
Long story short.
We've like derailed this into a Sony podcast.
Man.
Yeah, well, we're running pretty long this one, so we're gonna go ahead and finish this up with our new game.
Oh no, another game.
A new game. You're
wanna
just in
play.
time for a new game, but we're gonna see how this works out.
Here, I'll
It might
play
be
here
kind of
so you
hard.
have to grab it.
And now for the wackiest game that y'all ever heard. It's time for Who Done Said That? The quote trivia game with your host, Huckleberry Pedro.
This is Huckleberry Pedro. and right here we got a game. I'm gonna give you all a quote from a video game.
From a video game?
Video game, and you're all gonna tell me which video game that there's from. We're gonna start it off with our guest over there, Jesus.
Yeah.
So your quote is, I'm gonna drop the voice. Your quote is, "You have died of dysentery."
Oh, Oregon Trail.
Ding, ding, ding. He's got one. Pass it on. Next.
Wait, who's-
Combo breaker.
Oh!
Wait, what? God, how does this work?
Eh.
Raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand.
Wait for my buzzer,
Okay.
and then somebody steal.
Ding,
Raise your
ding.
hand. Yeah. Eh.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
Killer Instinct.
Killer instinct.
I'll
You
give
might
it-
win this right away.
I won't even go.
You
into
might
the
win
next
this.
one. I'll stand out of the next one.
All right.
Who's this going to?
Passing this on to Travis. You must construct additional pylons.
Oh man, you guys are gonna. Oh, what the?
No, you gotta know this, homie. I gotta be in this.
I don't know this.
Is it
And Nasser, shut up first.
Starcraft.
Starcraft. So that's 2-1.
There you go.
Baby Jesus, George. Okay. I am error.
What?
I thought this was an easy one. I am error.
Is this Portal?
Mm-mm. Anyone stealing?
I want.
Could you get a clue or no?
No.
Oh, no clues. Ah, there. Boom.
Legend of Zelda 2. I am error. You go into the shop. The guy says, I am error.
Man, fuck
Come
that.
on, how do you not know that?
I love Zelda, but
All right. Back to Jesus. X-Men Welcome to Die.
Oh jeez.
welcome to die.
I know that one.
X-Men, Sega.
X-Men arcade game.
Damn it! Why couldn't I buzz in on that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you gonna buzz in?
That's what I
You know, I'll
was.
give you the point because you obviously knew what it was gonna be. I'm sorry. I'm forgetting my rules to my own video games here. I'm sorry. So you got one. You got one.
I have that on
You
the
got
iPad.
one. So everyone's got.
Two,
You got
one,
Jesus
one.
2 points. 1-1. George, you got nothing. So up next is Nasser. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.
The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.
Correct.
I want to say Final Fantasy.
Anyone stealing?
I don't know that one now.
That's Half-Life 2.
Oh, G-Man.
Yeah.
G-Man.
Okay. Gonna give you this one, Travis.
Okay.
You probably. Okay. Kill-tacular.
Oh, is that Halo?
Which one?
3?
Fair enough.
What was it?
Fair enough. Yeah. So
Kill
that's
tacular.
2.
1.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Who's next? George over
George.
here. You're gonna get on this board? I feel sorry for you. Hey, listen.
Wait.
You know you saw my
That's
hand
Legend of
first.
Zelda, right?
Yes. Oh, which one?
That's Ocarina of Time.
Okay, correct.
My boy.
Like I said, it's hard to do these without doing the actual how they say it in the game.
Hey, listen.
Could you go back to the items?
No. Oh, okay. Jesus. The
Yeah.
trains at home on the rails.
The trains?
At home on the rails.
Red Dead?
Anyone stealing?
Stealing anybody?
Gears of War.
Fuck!
Are they like memorable lines?
Yeah, can you do memorable lines?
Yeah, these.
They are. They seem.
I gotta make it somewhat difficult.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be like, Jill, get over here. Hey, it's time to make some crazy money. Here we go.
I know this one.
Hey, it's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready? Here we go.
Grand Theft Auto?
No.
Okay, George.
Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi.
It's time to kill. Let's make some money, guys.
Like I said, I can't say it like in the
Oh,
game.
if you
Otherwise,
say
you would
like
get
in
it
the
like
game-
that.
Oh.
So that's 2, 2, 2, 1.
2, 2, 2, 1.
You all got 2? Oh,
I'm
so
the only
you-
one with 1.
you're the only one with 1?
Yeah.
And it's who next? Travis?
Travis.
Let's see if he gets it. I've covered wars, you know.
Can I have the definition?
What was it again?
I've covered wars, you know.
I'm throwing a guess out there.
Killzone?
Anyone taking this?
Dead Rising?
Correct. We have a winner of an actual game show here today.
Is that the last one?
That's the last one. He got 3.
Remember that.
Damn.
He got 3.
Yeah.
So there you go. The first person to win a game on this podcast is a
Shit.
guest.
Technically, if we go by technicalities,
And I'm
you should've
leaving
won.
with the trophy,
You
motherfucker.
should-
Wait. Why not technicalities?
By technicalities, you should have won because you stumped us more times.
No.
So-
I'm not gonna be that mean. I'm not gonna be that mean. But next week, we'll either have this again or poison mushroom, guys. But
Alright.
that's gonna do it for us this week.
That's about it. I see. Follow us. We're gonna plug our shit here. So follow us on our Twitter at deadformatr. Please follow us. We need followers.
I need to start I'll start a Twitter.
And just follow us.
I'll start a Twitter for you.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
man.
So, there
I'll
you
do
go.
that too.
So follow us at Twitter at deadformatr. Tweet us, ask us questions, tell how we're doing, feedback. We always love that. Like us on Facebook at Deadformat Reviews. One word on Facebook. Yeah, same thing. Comment, review, comment, feedback, all good stuff. Or email us. That's right,
Email.
as well.
Or
Deadformatreviews
email. Either
at
way, send it to
Gmail.
Zook.
Click the subscribe button.
Click
Yeah.
the subscribe
Subscribe
button.
to it. I'm subscribed.
Do it all. Just follow us. Get back to us.
Thank you
Please,
guys.
baby, call
And
me
thank you
back.
for listening. We really appreciate all of you that
appreciate
listen.
the listeners we have right
And
now.
just for fun, I'm gonna throw another one out there. Waka waka waka.
Pac-Man.
No, actually, it's
Fozzie Bear.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Hey,
Pokemon.
technically he's right. Pokemon.
Oh, is it with the Waka?
Yeah.
Hey, so can you go back to the sleeping one before we go? What's the sleeping one about?
That.
We're done.
Did you put a Resident Evil one there?
Yes, I did.
Is that
Yes, I
freaking
did.
berries?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Killed. You better put
I
that.
fell asleep with Metal Gear.
Ugh.
I thought you guys would have gotten that one.
I'm not-
Anyways, we're not going back to that.
Alright.
That's gonna do it for Speak Geek this week, guys. This is Pedro.
It's George.
I'm Travis.
I'm Jose.
Jesus.
Yay!
And we're out, guys.
Get out there and speak some geek, guys.
Speak it every day.